Hi everyone, I'm Anveenie and welcome to the channel if you're new here or welcome back. Where do you have your Monsters Inc. and Inside Out characters in Disney Dreamlight Valley? Because personally, I have struggled to find a place for them in my main valley. Mike and Sally's house looks fine for a town core build, but I always wanted to have a larger area to use all the Monsters Inc. items in one place. And Emotions headquarters building was just an eyesore when I had it in my main valley. I actually don't think we have enough items as of right now to have a separate inside-out theme built. So for this purpose, I have built the Monsters University on my Plaza Floating Island. And as part of University campus, I have a stadium. And the Emotions headquarters looks just like a watchtower, so that's where I have placed it. If you want to see how this build was made, keep watching. I started this build a while ago, but never made the speed build for it, and it was also missing some details here and there. So I recently finished it, and I'm loving it so much. Initially, it was just a Monsters University campus, but after we got Joy and Sadness, I found a way to add them here as well. For the core university building, I'm using Mike and Sally's apartment. And to make it larger, I added Disney park entries on each side, which are larger furniture pieces without rooms inside. And to extend it further on the right side, I also used the older premium shop house skin, which is also called Mike and Sally's apartment. In the corner of the island is the fun animated Monsters Inc. decor item, which is an attraction that looks like a street in Monstropolis. I'm using it as a background item. On the right side of the island, I'm going to have a communal space with the university cafeteria and the stage for all the fun events and Mike's stand-up practices. I'm laying out all the foundation with the Main Street pathing, and the rest of the space without pathing is going to be trees and plants clusters, smoothly transitioning into a green lawn. The pathing could be different, like the brick road also looks nice here. I just wanted some contrast and more warm tones. In the center, I have the main path that connects all the four main corners of the island, with the traveling well in the middle. The central path goes from the university building to the opposite side of the island where I will have a park area. And the central path across is going to connect the stadium and the communal area with the stage in the middle. On each side of the park area, I have two houses that are representing fraternity houses from the Monsters University movie. The monstrous house on the left is Oozma Kappa, the one that Mike and Sally joined, and the one on the right, the Victorian Manor, is their rival from the scare games, Roar a Mega Roar. To fill the area around the university campus, I have a couple of makeshift ponds made out of Touch of Magic rugs, surrounded with greenery. It will serve as the background for the setup I will have in front of the campus. On the back of the buildings, I have a little space left because the buildings are angled slightly. So I added a little pathway with a quiet seating area for studies. I used some of the foliage from Storybook Vale throughout the island build to add a bit of the fall vibes and color variation to the trees and plants. Storybook Vale foliage also has little books and scattered book pages on the trees, which adds whimsy to this academia build. I'm using all kinds of bushes and foliage items in different colors to make this build more fun and quirky. If you watched Monsters Inc. and Monsters University movies, you have noticed how fun and unique environment design in these animation movies is. And we do have some of the items in the game directly referenced in movies, so I try to incorporate as much of that fun and unique look to this build as I can. And since it is on a floating island, I don't even have to worry about item limit. This is another reason why I don't want to have Monsters Inc. built in the main valley, because I really want to go all in on the items and clutter up the space when it comes to Monsters Inc. build. Since I also have the inside out here on the island, I also try to add items from their collection as well. For example, the traveling whale skin I thought could work here because of all the other weird looking items around the campus. I made the stadium by drawing some path lines on the ground and using Monsters Inc. rugs for branding. And I think the Emotions headquarters actually fitted nicely here as a watchtower. To separate and enclose the stadium space, I used the topiary bush pieces from Alice's Curious Labyrinth bundle. One of my favorite parts of this build is the University Club Fair in front of the campus, where monsters can sign up for different clubs. I assembled the most random table setups with all the fun little items in the game that I could find. I have here science, engineering, music, sewing, a garden club, and more. DGV has no shortage of quirky, unique looking items, and I kind of find a way to use them all in one place here. I also recently finally got the green floral gazebo from the furniture chests rewards. After the RNG of these chests were fixed in the recent update, so if you have some of these chests stashed away, you may want to open them because now they give all the new items that you don't have. In the cafeteria area, I have Mike's favorite sushi chef. And also, I thought it would be a perfect place to use the giant snake from the Nightmare Before Christmas collection. The fact that it can be placed around the table is the best use for it, honestly. And for the stage, I just went all in with the items from Night Show Star Path and made the dance floor in front of it with the Monsters University branding, of course. Here, I also found a place for that ridiculous looking monstrous piano. And to wrap up the common area, we have a picnic set up with a few vending machines. Oozma Kappa house has the most idyllic and romantic flower garden surrounding it. And in front of the house, on a lawn, I have my favorite study group of the cutest monsters in the game. The Roar Omega Roar has a completely different vibe though. It's a party house with all kinds of games arranged in the front yard. It's like a mini arcade over here, and most of these machines have animations and sound effects too. And that wraps up the speed build with all the different little areas. All that's left is to add some cooked food items to the cafeteria and picnic areas. If you're having a hard time decorating table services in the game, just rotate them so that they are at a straight angle. It will make it easy to add items on top. And here is the finished Monsters University campus. I hope you enjoyed this build. This was really fun to make, using all the quirky little items in the game. Monsters Inc. is really one of the most fun IPs that have been added to the game so far. And with Mike and Sally talking about other characters from the movies, like Boo, Randall, Celia, this makes me hope that we'll get another Monsters update in the future, with even more Monsters themed items. Thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate if you leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone!